The end of classic English stadiums? Those ugly, asymmetrical and impractical venues? It's true. Stadiums in the UK might not be the most beautiful, but they have soul. A soul that's slowly drifting away from many of these iconic grounds. Let's take a closer look at the changes, especially in Premier League stadiums, and glimpse into the future, including the impact of Euro 2028, Manchester, Liverpool, Newcastle and many others. All of that coming up in just a moment. If you're planning to trip to London that's not boring and predictable but rather a bit hipster, you'll undoubtedly come across its stadiums. Several Premier League clubs from the capital play in the league each year, each on different ground. Our website database lists as many as 21 London stadiums, and it is here that we observed the most significant transformations at the start of the 21st century. One of the city's icons is Wembley, recognizable not just by football fans. Its most distinctive feature is the 133-meter-tall steel arch, visible for miles at night. This stadium has always been a venue for extraordinary events, such as the World Cup final, Live Aid or unique attractions like the attempt to jump over 13 London buses. The feat was accomplished by an American stuntman listed in the Guinness Book of Records for experiencing the most broken bones in a lifetime, 433. As Wembley entered the new century with a bang, it became the second largest stadium in Europe upon its opening, trailing only Camp Nou. A little earlier, Emirates Stadium was inaugurated. At the time of its opening, it was the second largest football venue in the Premier League and the third largest in all of England. It quickly secured a naming rights sponsor, with Emirates paying £42 million for a 15-year deal. While the stadium revolutionized the approach of stadium infrastructure, it is now getting closer to 20 years of use. Consequently, Arsenal is exploring ways to expand Emirates Stadium's capacity to as much as 80,000 seats. Among the proposed options are restructuring existing stands, lowering the pitch level, or upgrading the roof to allow for additional sections or even a new tier. It seems we are entering the second phase of English stadium modernization this century, as even those built at its start are now in need of updates. North London also means Tottenham. Although the club has fewer achievements than Arsenal, its stadium situation is secure for many years to come. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is the most modern and versatile venue in the Premier League. While some Spurs fans miss the atmosphere of White Hart Lane, where the pitch felt closer and the cheering louder, the decision to build the new stadium was undoubtedly the right one. During its construction, Tottenham played at Wembley, achieving an average attendance of 67,496 fans in the 2017-18 season. Thanks to the capacity of this temporary venue, the transitional period was less painful. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is today what Emirates Stadium was nearly 20 years ago, a groundbreaking project set to inspire others. However, other major Premier League clubs took a slightly different approach to their stadium developments. Before moving to this section, we also need to mention some of the less recognizable classic stadiums in England, such as Portman Road, the home of Ipswich Town since 1884, or Craven Cottage. The latter stands suspended between the past and the present, with parts of the stadium modernized while others remain unchanged for decades. Fulham's ground is also tied to further development plans, much like Selhurst Park. At the site of a stand with 5,200 seats, a modern structure is set to rise, accommodating 15,300 fans. This expansion will increase Selhurst Park's capacity from 25,486 to over 34,000 seats. In this upgraded form, the stadium could potentially host Euro 2028 matches, though in London there are more prominent venues. Leaving London aside, which Premier League powerhouses had similar plans for their stadiums despite fiercely competing with each other? We'll get to that in just a moment, but first make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Thanks for your support. In 2014, both Liverpool and Manchester City began expansions of their stadiums. Anfield, with a capacity of 45,276, served the club with high ambitions. A few months later, Jurgen Klopp joined Liverpool, playing a symbolic role in the stadium's development. On September 30, 2021, Klopp ceremonially broke ground for the next phase of expansion. Despite the extensive work, which increased Anfield's capacity to 61,000 seats, the club has maintained its traditional English stadium atmosphere. Anfield was inaugurated back in 1884, during the 19th century. Liverpool's approach contrasts with Tottenham's, which opted for an entirely new arena, albeit partly on the site of White Hart Lane. Liverpool prioritized cost efficiency and continuity, ensuring they could keep playing at Anfield during construction. Since work focused first on the main stand and then on the one behind the northern goal, most of the stadium remained operational throughout the process. While Liverpool has completed its expansion phases, work is still ongoing at Etihad Stadium. Manchester City has taken a broader approach, aiming not only to expand seating capacity but also to construct commercial and entertainment buildings connected to the North Stand, along with a covered fan zone accommodating up to 3,000 people. The project, estimated at £300 million, includes a sky bar atop the stand and a rooftop walkway offering thrilling views, similar to one at Tottenham's stadium. This feature, initially introduced by Spurs, has also inspired FC Barcelona to include a sky terrace in their updated Camp Nou designs. The much-anticipated tournament will visit Manchester and Liverpool, but not their largest stadiums. Old Trafford was initially included in the preliminary bid submitted to UEFA. At that time, Manchester United had announced future redevelopment plans for Old Trafford, aiming to have the modernized stadium ready for Euro 2028. However, United and the FA agreed to exclude the venue from the list, as its availability by 2028 could not be guaranteed. Despite the expansion, Anfield also won't host Euro matches due to UEFA's pitch size requirements. The standard dimensions of 105 meters by 68 meters are not met by Anfield's 101-meter-long pitch. Another contributing factor may be the existence of a newer, more modern stadium in Liverpool by 2028. Everton Stadium will be the youngest venue hosting Euro matches, offering a fresh perspective among Britain's and Europe's new stadiums. Situated by the water, the 52,000-plus capacity stadium features innovative architectural elements. Its lower section boasts an open brick facade, while the upper part is clad in metal, with glass panels behind both goals. Old Trafford remains the subject of heated debate. Discussions have ranged from building a new stadium elsewhere to redeveloping the current one or constructing an entirely new arena on its existing site. The term Wembley of the North often surfaces, describing a potential £2 billion project for a 100,000-seat venue. Studies suggest a redeveloped Trafford Park could contribute an additional £7.3 billion annually to the UK economy, yet significant progress on these plans remains distant. Similar debates surround Newcastle United, where the team, increasingly prominent in English football, fills St James's Park for every match. According to a Shields Gazette survey, 68% of fans believe the club should build a new stadium, while 28% favour staying at St James's Park regardless of circumstances. The club is paying attention to fan sentiment, commissioning a feasibility study with top architects to explore redevelopment options for St James's Park. It seems that 19th century stadiums will remain with us for a while longer. Though some will undergo expansions, they'll retain the soul of English football tradition. Which stadium do you think should be modernized first? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'll be preparing more videos in the meantime. See you there!